I'm Leslie Austen. I'm 37 years old. When I was really little, probably 3 or 4, my parents signed me up for soccer. They had no idea what soccer was, but they knew that you ran around a lot, and they knew that I needed to do that. As a kid, I played, I think, all the sports. I mean, I did track, cross country, soccer, basketball, volleyball, gymnastics. I had a lot of energy as a kid, as an adult, and so I thankfully was able to spend that doing things. So it was September of 2019, and he had come home from work for lunch, and I remember our youngest was napping, and our older 2 daughters were at school. I remember I was sitting on the floor. I believe I was like petting the dog, or I was gonna get up off the floor, and he had started walking up the stairs, and all I remember is that I felt like one eye got really big and one eye got really small. And I can't remember I don't remember how I got his attention, but I remember sitting down on a chair that was off to the side. I don't remember much after that.
You never want to assume the worst, and so it's always hard to do that, but I could tell right away something wasn't right. So luckily I have some good friends who are ER doctors here in town. So I called both of them to get their opinion, to see if I was overreacting, and they're like, nope, take her to the ER right away. So that was very lucky that we had that. They had thought right away, well, she's young, she's healthy, probably not a stroke. When you hear those things, you're like, oh, good, she's okay, and it's just a really bad migraine. So it's almost like you want to hear the good news, but you got to keep pushing, because even the doctors there are like, no, she probably didn't have one. It's probably just a really, what they call a complex migraine.
But thankfully, with being able to contact my neurologist, being able to have the guidance of friends of ours, I was able to get in for an MRI. And that was a few days later. And in the MRI, it showed I had had a stroke. And as soon as the neurologist that I saw, and I had seen him because he had prescribed my medication for my migraines. So every year I would have to go see the neurologist because of my migraines. And in hindsight, I'm really thankful that I had him, because it was a quick contact that we were able to make, and he was able to get me an MRI. They saw it right away. He had me go right across the street, and with the test there, they were able to determine that I had had a PFO, which was from birth. It's not something that just occurs. I mean, you have it as a baby when you're born. And I had the procedure done at the University of Iowa with Dr. Horowitz and his team. They were amazing. I went in the morning, and I was home by 8 o'clock that night. So it was done super well, and I've had no problems since. As time has gone on, it's almost been 3 years now, just in the last 6 months, I've realized that it is important to share, because if I don't let people know, like, you gotta take care of yourself, or if something happens, you have to reach out. You have to call 911. You have to go to the ER. It doesn't feel good to do that. And I don't know why. If you were to say you were having symptoms, or he were to say he didn't feel a certain way, I would like to think I would react and say, all right, we gotta call 911, or we have to go to the ER. But I don't know what happens in a moment of panic where that almost feels wrong. And so I hope that in sharing my story, that I can help push people, or they'll have a little reminder in their brain that it's okay to call 911, or it's okay to go to the ER, or it's okay to push to keep contacting your doctor's office if it doesn't feel right. I hope that people, no matter what your background is, that you keep being an advocate for yourself and you keep contacting your doctor. You go to the ER if you don't feel like it's okay. You call 911 if someone or yourself is experiencing symptoms. In learning more through Go Red for Women and what the American Heart Association is doing to help programs and thinking about what they're doing with the cardiovascular part of the hospital, it's so important. I mean, it's crazy to think that I went in, I had a device put in my heart in the morning, and that evening I was able to go home. Like, it's incredible to me. So just that they're trying to spread the word of heart disease and strokes and just awareness for people to know what to look for is so important. I'm thankful because I do think because I was active and I was busy, I was okay. I was okay after my stroke. I had to go to occupational therapy. I had to relearn to read. I had to relearn to write. It was the left side of my brain, so everything on the right side was a little bit slower. And, you know I'm lucky, and I know that I am truly thankful that it wasn't worse. But I know that might not always be the case. And if someone can save a day, 6 hours, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, because someone they're with calls 911 or takes them right away to the ER, it's all worth it. It's all worth it.